Well, that was quick. See, and I just had said we literally had a streak of probably 10 live streams in a row with zero interruptions. Zero interruptions for 10 live streams in a row, and it just banged us out really quickly on this one. Part of the game, part of the game. So just made it a nice platonic title. And I know I said it for 825, but I did it like that because um, what happens is it's it's all the games with YouTube. But what are you going to do? There's nothing much we can do about it. So anyway, I saw that a lot of people. Let's go back to that question. Okay, we'll go back to that question. Have anybody? I know, what did I say wrong? Right? I asked if you were partaking in a survey. So I just so I'm asking again if anybody has dealt with you know or have been asked to do a survey. So let's do that to start with. Um, and so we got quite a few people are saying yes. Okay, because I know that I have never been asked. I have never been asked. A lot of people are saying no as well, though. And but anyway, you see these surveys all the time. Well, this percent of the country said this percentage said, it's about 50-50 in here. I'm thinking is what I'm seeing. So about half the people are saying yes, they did, and half are saying no. So, but yeah, the solar panels are protected from falling trees because there's no trees right directly around them to fall on them. So that's a good thing. Yeah. So anyway, all right. So here's one that I recently saw. Okay, and we're going to talk about this, and I do not believe this number that they said. Okay, and so when I'm looking at when I look at information, guys. Okay, I don't just look at conservative channels. I look at all the news that's out there from the different sources. So it could be CNN, it could be CNBC, it could be Fox News, it could be wherever. But there's information constantly, and I'm looking at different things, and I have a lot of people send me different things as well. Yahoo sends all kinds of stuff to me all the time as well. So there's always different things that are being that I'm looking at. Okay, and I take it all with a grain of salt. I don't just say, oh, okay, this is a fact because this is what they said. I don't believe any of that. I always believe that we need to, again, do our due diligence, look at the situation, assess the situation, stuff like that. But this was a recent one that they did. They said they did a poll, and it said that now there's two measures that was passed in the House that still have to go to the Senate for the supposed loopholes for purchasing a bang bang, right? So they're saying, according to this poll, which again, I said there's no way it's this high, 90% of the people in America, they're saying, agree with these two things being put through because these two loopholes, because they want to go from, okay, I know one of them was right now, if you go to a bang bang shop, right, and you decide to make a purchase, there's a 3-day hold on that. And so they have to run it within that 3 days. If they get back to them, when they do the background checks, then you can go in and purchase it or you cannot. Okay. And here's the thing too, with that, they're pretty good because I know I talked to a place like that in town, and there was a guy that, you have to fill out the form. All right. And if you lie on the form, you can be charged with a crime. All right. So you got to be, honest about, if you're trying to pick up whatever. Well, this individual that was from this area where I live had gone there, had filled out the form, had lied on the form. Background check was done. Red flag because of, I think it was a domestic violence issue and like a restraining order type of issue. And so he obviously was trying to purchase a weapon. And so he got arrested. So, I mean, they're really doing these background checks, but they're trying to make it go from 3 days to 10 days. Now, if they don't get that done within the 3-day period, which is 72 hours, you can go in and get your thing. If they haven't heard back from them within that time frame, they it took forever to find live stream too. Patty S just said, "Well, I'm sorry it took so long, Patty. It's again, that's what they do." So again, let me just say that again. If we have any interruptions in the stream, I will get right back on. You may not get notifications for it. That's part of the game that they play as well, unfortunately. So I would just encourage you to look for me because I will get right back on. It was just like the first one, we got 16 minutes in, and then they played a game. So, but Ed, I figured out how to put you on my TV 60-inch screen of Ed. There you go. 80K man just said that. That's funny. Paula Gardner says we don't have 3 days here. What state are you in, Paula? But anyway, so they're trying to make it to be a 10-day window. So it gives them more time to do the research. If there's any issues that they find, then they can, deny you. So that's, oh, Paula's in Texas. Okay, thank you, Paula. Yeah, so they're trying to make it universally that you're going to have to wait that 10 days is what they're trying to do. Again, it's, to me, I obviously am not for either one of these bills because and the other one is about if you go to like a gun show type of thing and do that, they want it so that you have to do the background check in that as well instead of just like, or person to person type of thing. Because a lot of people, they got an old firearm, they don't want it anymore. They will either sell it or give it away or whatever. So they're trying to make it much harder to transfer these out there in the public. So I don't agree with either one of those. Okay. I definitely do not agree with either one of those, but they're trying to say that 90% of the people are for it. And I don't believe it because I don't believe anything, any of these polls, a lot of these polls that are put out there. There's another poll that I want to talk about here in a second as well. You have to do background checks at gun shows already. I think it was more of the person-to-person transfer. I think that's what that was. It's again, what it comes down to, guys, it's more control. It's about, them dictating what is and what isn't okay. And think about this too. If you do a private sale, is there any tax on that? Of course there's not. You're not like charging the person tax to, to buy something. So I think part of it is that too, is that lost tax revenue. So that's what they're looking for. They're always looking for ways to get in your pocket constantly. So we're already up to 711 again here with the second stream. We have 204 thumbs up. So guys, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to do that, please, to show support for the channel. Also, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction we have, positive or negative, obviously we prefer the positive, meaning the thumbs up. It really does help with the channel as well. So I thank you for that reason as well. Also, again, the third reason is I'd like to see a lot of thumbs up. So being honest. So thank you for those reasons. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you for doing that ahead of time. So, all right. So, what was I going to say? So there was another thing that they had put out there, and they always put out these. They're always making it left against right. Okay, that's a constant thing. They want to keep up that agitation again, to divide us, to get us fighting amongst each other. And they've done very, very well with that. Okay. They've done very, very well with that because you have to pick a side, right? They want you to pick a side. So now I will be 100% honest. Do I lean hard right? Yes, I do. Okay. Do I have some liberal views? Yes, I do. Okay. But again, the biggest thing for me is when I look at the Constitution and something in the Constitution says shall not be infringed, that means shall not be infringed. I'm not going to let a politician dictate to me what is okay and what is not okay. I'm not doing it. So that's just me. I'm putting that out there, and again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you where I stand with that. And I don't like the overreaching control, and those type of things. And I will say this again, and I've said this before: registration leads to confiscation. Mark my words on that one. All the time. Okay? All the time. Happens constantly. Now, the other poll that I just saw, and again, I'm looking at so much stuff all the time, like things, I see things, and I said, oh, I want to talk about that. And I'm not looking at, oh, this source was such and such. Maybe I should start doing that, so that people that question where I'm getting the information from, I should probably start doing that, because it's like, again, that's why I will always say, do your own research. If I say something, I'm not 100% right all the time. Never claim to be. Okay, so that's why I would definitely always tell you to do your research. So I have hot tea, and then my mug that I will be drinking in the halls of Valhalla one day. That came from Mountain Girl, that mug did. And then, of course, just for JJ, I have my green tea. So I got my cold drink and I have my hot drink. Yes, Grumpy Old Man, I talked about that actually in the first stream that I did, that was in the 16-minute window before they cut us off. I did talk about that. So if you want to go back after this stream is over with, because I encourage you to stay here, and check that out afterwards. We did talk about that in that part of the stream. So, and then they cut us off and we had to come back on. So that's he lost it in a boating accident. So sad. Those are the horrible things that happen. It really does. Again, there's so many out there, guys, that there's no way, other than through threat and intimidation and bullying, that they're going to get them. And even with those things, in fear of prosecution and fear of imprisonment, people are still not going to give them up. They're not. It's not. I should. Let me rephrase that. A lot of people will, because they're sheep and they do as they're told. Okay, but a lot of people will not. They absolutely will not. So, but anyway, so the other survey that they're talking about is about the. I'll just do this demonstration of what I'm talking about, because then the things can't pick that up. The AIs. They did a survey and they were talking about how Republicans and Democrats, and they're saying, oh, up to 90% of Democrats are getting, right? And the percentage of Republicans doing it is much less, because they are those Trump supporters. This is their words, not mine. They're saying those Trump supporters that were all part of QAnon and the stealing of the election, now they've gone on to be anti, right? So they're resistive to getting it, even though Trump got it. Now he's telling, his followers, oh, it's okay, you can go ahead and get it, right? I have a couple of huge issues with things with this. Okay, so anyway, so that was that poll. So now they're making it out, and I want you to think about this, okay? They're making it out to be anybody that doesn't want to get it, all right, that they're, on this fringe crazy group, all right? I don't buy their numbers of the number of people that they are saying that are getting it. I don't buy that at all. Again, my opinion, okay? So I'm just saying I don't believe that at all. But if something is so wonderful for you and you have the option to get it or not get it, why are they pushing it so hard to try to force people to get this? A lot of businesses are saying to keep your job, you have to get that. Why? Okay. They're Rutgers University, college university, right? They have already stated that anybody that's going to be in the fall semester at that college has to have it. I am really just there's a lot of lawsuits waiting to happen with that. What happened to the option of being, you can get it or not? There's also talk, and there's a lot of countries that are doing it, that are like they call it a green passport, right? So in order to fly, to travel outside of the country, they're almost saying that if you don't have it, you can't go. Again, what happened to I have that choice of my body, what I want to do and what I don't want to do? There's a lot of control with this whole thing, and I don't understand the push to try to force people to do this. That makes me even more hesitant personally, just talking about myself. Personally, it makes me more hesitant to do anything as far as that goes. Well, we already know where I stand with that, but I just wanted to bring that up because I'm not telling you to, I'm not telling you not to. I'm just sharing my thoughts on that situation. So, and I'm going by what they're saying with their surveys. So I find things interesting. Do I believe everything that I read and see? Nope, I sure don't. I have a tendency to question everything. What I do is I'll go around to people and I will ask and I will talk to people. And the common thing that I get from people that have done it, okay, the common thing, and again, like I said, you get it, knock yourself out. I don't care, okay? But if you don't, that should be your choice, all right? You shouldn't have to have your permission slip and hold it up and say, oh, look, I got it. Okay, you shouldn't have to have that. Hey, Judy Dowell. I was just in college's office, and none of the nurses or doctors have gotten it. They understand the RNA risk. That's very smart. And again, I will encourage everybody. Thank you for the statement, and thank you very much for the donation. I will encourage everybody to do your research. That's what I will encourage you. But again, the overwhelming sentiment of people that I have talked to that have gotten it, okay? And I ask a lot of people. Overwhelmingly, the reason that they did, I just want things to go back to normal. And that's their whole thinking. And that's what they do. Again, individual choice, do what you want to do. I'm not telling you what to do. I just, like I said, I'm a big believer in doing your research, big time. So, anyway, but it's just, there's so many things out there that, and it amazes me if you don't go along and do as you're told and agree with the system, then you're vilified, you're crazy. It's just like if you think about it, you look at how preppers, off-gridders have been portrayed in the past. Look at that. All right. You look at how we have been portrayed is crazy on the fringe. It was like, I remember when I first got up here and somebody was like, oh yeah, sure. Now you're going to be the crazy man who hides, in the hills with no power and no running water. And I explained to people really, really early on, no, I want everything everybody else wants. I just don't want to have to pay somebody else to get it. So how is that crazy? How is it that I don't want to have that gas and electric bill every month? How is that crazy that I want to grow as much of my own produce as I possibly can? How is it crazy that I want to have peace and quiet and not have neighbors upstairs, downstairs, to the left and to the right of me? How is that crazy? To me, it makes perfect sense. Hey, Asif, the British have a different term for the jab. Okay. Yeah, I figure if I just motion, everybody knows what I'm talking about. I don't have to say it because I just don't want the algorithms to hammer me. That's kind of where I'm at. Thank you very much for the donation as well, and thank you for sharing that information. So, but oh yeah, and the FDA has approved a lot of things that we have used that in the long run they found hurt people. Imagine that. So and we know how much faith I have in the big pharma. So I'll just leave that at that. I'm not trying to make any waves. I don't want to get banged again. But the code word tattooed. Yeah, there you go. That could be another one. But it's just, again, there's a lot of stuff out there that's going on. You just got to pay attention, and that's important. The jab may go under the AI radar, Asif said. Yeah, but again, if I just make the motion, then they don't hear any word out of my mouth. Thank you very much, though, Asif, again for the donation, and thank you for saying that. But there's a lot of stuff, guys, that they're putting out there that's not good for you. Hey, Patriot James, states are legalizing pot. If you have a medical card, you cannot have a CCW in Ohio. That's your gun grab. Federal law, Trump states in everything you fill out, 4473 form for, oh, hold on a second. Let me read the rest of that. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Feds are waiting. Okay, yes. Legalizing. New York State, within a few days here, will be legalizing it here in New York as well, joining 16 other states that have legalized marijuana. Okay, and hopefully that doesn't get me dinged either. I hope not. But anyway, so New York State will be joining that group, as he just stated in his statement. And thank you very much for that statement, and thank you very much for the donation as well, which is 100% true. If you have your medical M card, right? If you have that card, you are not allowed to own a firearm. You cannot purchase a firearm, just so you know. And, that's a fact. That's part of, and again, that's part of the grab to get them off the streets. Because if you have that, oh, well, now, yep, sorry. And, I'm going to tell you what, there's a lot of people out there that enjoy partaking. I have nothing against it whatsoever, because I can honestly say I've never heard of a couple things. I've never heard of anybody ever ODing on it, ever. Nobody has ever gotten stoned and then decided to go up and shoot a place up. If anything, they're going to sit on a couch, have a sandwich, and they're going to chill out. Or they're going to go out and they're going to get something to eat, and they're going to go 20 miles an hour under the speed limit because they're just chill. It's just, but again, I talked about that, and the other thing that I talked about before 30 years ago, saying that they need to legalize both of them, regulate them, tax them, because you are never going to stop people from partaking in the devil's lettuce. I will call it that, because I like that one. You're never going to stop people from partaking in that, ever. So again, if somebody does, more power to you. I don't care. I just know, like I said, again, for me personally, I will smoke occasionally, being 100% honest with you. But for me, I cannot function if I'm going to do it. I can't. So that's just me. Hey, Judy Jackson. Any states that legalize marijuana is just a state that is still a federal crime, and you have the pot unless there's a medical reason for it. But no, what they're doing though too with that, Judy, just so you know, like depending on what state it is, you can grow, you can have up to a certain amount, okay, for personal use, and then you're not going to get in trouble when they legalize it. And also you're able to grow a certain amount if you decide to grow a certain amount. So you're going to see that. And again, it's realistically, as soon as Jersey passed it, I said, I talked to a buddy of mine, won't be long before New York does, because Cuomo don't want to see all that tax revenue going over to New Jersey, because everybody in New York City is going to be jumping over, going to Jersey to get their stuff. And that's what they were going to do. And so they're missing out on that revenue, and they want that tax revenue. At the end of the day, it's always about that. Okay. And of course, what the other person stated about if you have your, M card, you are unable to have, the bang bangs. So legally. So that's how they do it. It's a freaking game. And I don't know what one has to do with the other, to be honest with you. So really quickly, I'm going to ask, we're at 1,100 people in the chat. We're at 397 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to do that to please show support for the channel. And thank you very much for doing that ahead of time. I do appreciate it. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithm. So the more interaction that we have, thumbs up, thumbs down, preferably, obviously, thumbs up. It really does help with the algorithms and pushes us higher up in the ranking. So I ask you to do it for that reason as well. And then the third reason I would ask you to do it is because I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So thank you ahead of time for doing that as well. All right. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. Hey, Timothy, legalizing the M word is an easy way to confiscate boom boom sticks without calling it a buyback or calling it confiscation. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's about more control. If we can keep everybody medicated, be it through Big Pharma or through the legalization, People aren't, and I'm going to tell you what, I'm speaking for myself. When I smoke, it makes me lazy. It makes me stupid. I get nothing accomplished. So I have way too much that I need to do. So again, occasionally do I do it? Sure. It's not like the weed we had when we were growing up. I'm going to tell you what, it's a fish now. But I know people that can smoke long, they can function, they can go do what they want to do, and they're fine. I can't personally. So that's just me. Okay. So I like right now, if I took a piss test tomorrow, I could pass a piss test with no problem because it's been that long since I've done it. But like I said, I'm not against it. I'm not going to ever sit here and be like, a hypocrite and say, oh no, you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying, for me personally, I don't function well doing it. It makes me very, very lazy. So really quickly, I want to talk about my website, preppernurse1.com. We are doing a sale right now on my website. So if you go to preppernurse1.com, you click on store, it drops down, you'll see Legacy Foods. We are doing a sale. They have stuff available there. It's the freeze-dried foods, long-term food storage. If you decide to make a purchase, when you check out, 20% will come off that purchase. Okay. So it's taken off automatically when you check out. You can save 12% or 20%, sorry, 20%. And that will come off again, like I said, automatically. All right. So anyway, also 25-year shelf life, GMO free. It's made in the United States. It is vegan. There are meat options with chicken and beef, which are available on the website as well. Also, there are gluten-free options. So those are all out there. So definitely take advantage of that. The other thing really quickly is the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. So if you go to my website, preppernurse1.com, you will see their logo, the Forefathers logo. If you click on that, it will take you to their website. If you decide to make a purchase there, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1, and that's the number 1, not ONE, and you will save yourself 15% over there. So definitely take advantage of that as well. Okay. Last but not least, we have the PrepperNurse1 community, which is a resource set up for you guys. Read message boards, try to connect with like-minded people there. It is free to join. No credit card information is asked, but you do have to register. Okay. Your blood is replenished with new blood every 90 days. So if you take a urine or blood test after 90 days, there will be no trace. Actually, with that, it is 30 days in your system. That's how long for that. I was in the military. I know exactly. We had everything down. Believe me. I'll tell you really quickly. You'll be amazed. So the military does drug testing, obviously. So marijuana was 30 days in your system. Coke was 3 days, and acid they cannot test for. There is no test for acid. So you can imagine what a lot of people chose to do in the military. I did it one time, and I was in the Army when I did it. And after that, I was like, nope, not for me, not in control. I didn't like that. I'm sweating, guys, so I apologize. I wasn't my thing. I did it at one time and I never did it again. Now, some people like it. That's fine. They can do whatever they want to do. But for me, I need to be in control. And I don't like that feeling of being completely out of control. And that's exactly what you are when you are on that. So I did shrooms one time as well. And it's funny. Now, shrooms are supposed to chill you out, right? So the day that I did that, and when I did that, I will tell you, I was 27 years old because I remember the day very clearly. It's the last time I got in a fight. Hey, Timothy, how long are Tide Pods in your system? Yeah, I don't have to ask the people that eat them. That's funny. Thank you very much for the donation. That's very funny. But shrooms are supposed to chill you out. Well, we were at a buddy's house, and he said, "Hey, I got some shrooms." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'll try it." And I'd never done it before. And I ended up, and the fight was not because of the shrooms. It was because there was a guy acting like a jerk, and he had to have an attitude readjustment. Came at me with a samurai sword. Yeah, somebody else, not related to what we were doing, but came at me with a samurai sword, and I had to give him an attitude readjustment. So that was that was the last fight I was in. Last fight I was 27 years old, and yeah, I just, I've unfortunately, I have done a lot of bad things. A couple things that I never did. I never did heroin, never did crack cocaine. What else? Like Molly, all the new designer drugs. I never did any of those. But like back in the day, I was never shooting up. That was never going to happen. So I stayed away from the heroin, thank goodness. Never even tried it. Never had any desire to try crack. Never had any desire. So, all right, yes, somebody's asking for the egg count. Let us do that really quickly. I know, because it's like I forgot, because we're 30 minutes into this one, where the other one got jammed off at 16 minutes. So let's do an egg count, guys. What do you think our egg count was? Now, I'll give you, first of all, yesterday we had 9 eggs. The day before we had 9 as well. So what is your guess? All right. If you had the same guess as Tina Weber, if you had the same guess as Tina Weber, then you are 100% correct. And that guess was 11 eggs today. We ended up with 11 eggs today. That's out of 15 hens that are laying. So not bad at all. Not going to ever complain about that. They've been, like I said, 9, 9, and then today was 11. And I think the day before that was 7, and the day before that was like 8. So they're laying steadily now, which is good. Today was warm, so even though it was windy, it was very warm day. But yeah, they're. I will never complain with getting 11 eggs out of 15 hens. So, but it was fun. It was they're so much fun. Let me just real quickly give you guys an update too. My 2 hens that were in cripple camp, they did not make it. They had to be put down. So unfortunately, that's what happened with those guys. And so just I try to share everything, and that one was tough. But yeah, but so yeah, that we're down to 17 chickens right now, full-grown chickens, and 15 hens, the 2 roosters, and we have 15 of the new chicks, the bigger ones that you saw. If you saw today's earlier video, you would see them at the end of that video. They are very close to going into the one side of the chicken coop, and they'll be there for a couple of weeks to get bigger. I won't put them in with the flock until they get bigger. Okay. Also, then I have the other 5, which are probably 10 days younger than them, and they are my Rhode Island Reds. So they're going to need a little bit more time to mature and grow up. So what I will end up having, and again, of the 5, those are supposedly sexed chickens. They're all females. Okay, so hopefully they are all females. The 15, I don't know even at this point. I'm looking at them and I'm picking out. I'm seeing at least 2 to 3 males so far. Okay, and so I don't know how many males I'm going to get out of that grouping. I'm not keeping any more males. So let's say 10 end up being hens and 5 end up being roosters. I'm going to be getting rid of those roosters. And so, but Bryce Cry said, Ed, did the other chickens take the herd chickens out? Yes. Yes, they did. Chickens are very, very brutal. If there is a chicken that has a weakness or something is wrong with that chicken, they will they don't play. So unfortunately, that's what did happen. Yes. So they thinned the flock out and got rid of the weak chickens, unfortunately, and it was tough. It's not any kind of pleasure on my part seeing that, having that happen. I don't like it, but that's Mother Nature in a nutshell. The weak die and the strong survive, and that's how they keep the line strong, because they get rid of their weak ones. And I'm talking animals. I'm not talking human beings, because we will keep everybody alive as long as we possibly can till the last dog is hung, even if there's no chance that you can get better. So, and I never understood that either. Being a nurse and I've done hospice, guys. I don't know how many people out there watching have ever worked in hospice. But to watch somebody that you know is not going to make it, there is nothing you can do to help them except keep them comfortable through medication. It is a very brutal process, and they have to go through the stages of it if they're still cognitive and if they're still with it. Angry, scared, frustrated, mad, that this happened to them, and then eventually it comes to acceptance, and it is just not a, not a fun thing. So. One of my red chickens out there was one of them. And hold on a second. Hey, Asif, I'm a Fighting Gamecock, University of South Carolina. You don't want to make this chicken angry. There you go. There you go. Very cool. I like that. Thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. The other one was one of, so I want you to think about this. So last year I got those chickens, right? I had 6 of them. 2 ended up being roosters, 4 hens, right? 3 of the hens were barred rocks. And the other one, I'm not even sure what she is. She's totally different. She was supposed to be a barred rock too. Obviously, she's not, okay? So dogs got 2 of them. And that was last year. And then I adjusted and fixed the fence. And so that has stopped that issue. The chickens killed the other barred rock. I gave the 2 roosters away to the folks that I got Miss Hella from. And so I'm down to 1 of the 6 chickens that I had last year. I know the males are alive still. Of course, the males lived, and my hens all are gone. But, it's so that's why I went with a larger grouping this year. And now I won't add any more chickens in next year. Because with the chickens that I have and the new chicks that I have, so let's say if I have 10 of the 15 are hens, and then I have the other 5 hens, that's 15 more hens into the flock, way more than enough. I'll be having eggs out the wazoo. So, and that happens. But anyway, yeah, so not pleasant. I don't like that part of it. And but they're brutal. Chickens are brutal. They will take care of business, and that's what they did. But anyway, what do we got? 1,000 people in the chat. We got 523 thumbs up, guys. Again, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do that to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time for doing that. I do really appreciate it. Again, it really does help with the algorithms as well. So the more interaction we have, the better it is for the channel. So the more thumbs up we have, it really does make a difference. It pushes us up higher in the rankings. No, I did not eat them, Yarn Prepper. No, because I'll talk about that in just a second. Again, and the third reason is I like to see a lot of thumbs up, so that's the third reason I would ask you to do that. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. Hella around? Okay, hold on 1 second. I will do this really quickly. Let's see. Where is Hella? She is right by Daddy. Little bitty tiny Hella. She's getting huge. She is bigger than Pandora already. She will not be 6 months until the 6th of April. So, hey, Homestead, homeboy. Hello, Prepper Nurse One. Hope all is well. Thank you very much. Yep, not bad at all. And thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. So the reason I didn't eat those chickens, all right, I figure if the rest of the flock is killing those chickens, there's something wrong with those chickens. So that's why I didn't eat them. Again, I don't need to at this point. If it was, again, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, and I'll be 100% honest. If it is an SHTF event type of situation, probably most of those brown chickens that I have out there, because I have no idea how old they are, okay? They were given to me by Patty and John. I think they gave me 7. And one of those 7 is gone because the other chickens killed it. So I would probably thin them out. I would go out there and they would go in the stew pot without even blinking an eye, because if it's an SHTF event, you really got to make sure that your younger, stronger hens are going to be there and do what they need to do. So that's what I would do then if that was an SHTF event, because it's not. And they took out the chickens themselves. I decided not to. So that's just me. Okay. Everybody has their own way of doing things, and they can do whatever they want to do. And I judge nobody on how they deal with their animals. But you know, if I don't have to at this point, I'm not going to. So that's just me. Again, SHTF event, completely different ball game, completely different rules, and that's how it goes. So, but anyway, so 13 thumbs down. Ed hasn't said one thing wrong. Naysayers be gone. We don't want you. Oh, it's only 13 thumbs down. That's not bad. No, I have a dedicated group that comes in, and they are very dedicated. And you know what? And I want to thank them because they definitely help support me by watching my videos, even though they hate me, which I think is absolutely crazy. Again, and I've said it before, guys, there's channels out there that I don't care for, right? I've said it. I don't like certain channels. You will never hear me say their name. I will never tell you what channels I don't like because it's not, I'm not doing that. I don't play that little game. Okay. But I don't care for them. I don't watch them. Why would I go watch somebody that I don't like their stuff? It makes absolutely no sense to me. And people do, they're dedicated. They are absolutely dedicated. They watch everything and they will try. I have literally received, and you guys will love this. I received an email more than once, but I'll give you one example. I got an email from this person that literally, it was a live stream. So, you know, you're talking an hour and 20 minutes, you know, chat, broke down everything that they perceived to be wrong in that live stream. So they watched the live stream, had to watch it again and again and again to break down their points. Probably took them a half an hour to write out this email, basically telling me, you know, everything that is wrong with me, my channel, what I'm doing wrong, all those type of things. And I'm just like, really? You would waste that much time and energy? It makes no sense to me. It really just doesn't. There is way better things, more productive things that you can be doing with your time. And I think that we all need to be doing productive things. I mean, there's enough crap going on. I want you to think about this. I want to go back to the Suez Canal really quickly. If this was an orchestrated event and if it was done on purpose to slow commerce, when you're talking, you know, 12% of the trade worldwide is going through that Suez Canal, and the option is, you're like, if you're coming from the Middle East and you go through the Suez Canal, it takes 13 days to get to the United States. Okay. If you have to go down around South Africa and go that route to get around, it takes 41 days. Cost a lot more money, which means the prices of what you're selling, it's going to go up. Cost of fuel, time, the whole 9 yards. So, you know, if you can disrupt that by doing this type of an event, and again, I'm not saying it was done on purpose. I'm not saying it wasn't done on purpose. I'm just, you know, saying that if it was done, very calculated, $9 billion a day is what it's costing for the Suez Canal to be closed. 9 billion. Think about that. That's a lot of freaking money. And right now, there are 50 ships being added every day waiting to get through the canal. Yeah, right now they were saying there was 150 ships sitting out there waiting for it to open back up so that they can go through. Because it's actually, even let's say it took 10 days. Let's say it took 10 days. And these ships, let's say, you know, and not all of them are coming to America. But if they were coming to America, if they waited 10 days, it'll still be quicker to wait to go through to bring the goods to America than to try to go down through around the Cape. So, you know, it's insane. It is insane. But yeah, it's just 30,000 containers are on that one ship. Oh, I believe that. They said it's one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest one. It's huge. The thing is huge. I have no cats inside right now. There's no cats on the bed. Like I said, it's warm outside. So when it's warm like that, a lot of them they're out. They may come in later. But right now, like last night I had gone out probably at 11 to go to the bathroom, and I had 4 cats come back in with me. So, you know, you just right. So there's no cats around right now. I just got dogs. I got Miss Hella right here. Caesar and Pandora, I know, are right here too. So, but I'll tell you what, guys, who's your favorite football team? Oh, that's easy. Dallas Cowboys. Have been since I was 9 years old. Always been a Cowboy fan. Always will be a Cowboy fan. They have not given me a whole lot to cheer about recently. Hopefully we'll have a good year this year. Hopefully Dak Prescott will stay healthy. Because it obviously last year you saw the importance of Dak Prescott being healthy. He was on a year. If he had continued at that pace, it would have been crazy the numbers he would have put up. But 80K, man, you're a Buffalo Bills fan. Hey, they got a good team now. They absolutely have a good team. So Steeler Nation. Hey, that's all right. You know what? I always look at it like this. Whoever you root for, if that's your team, that's who you follow. That's cool. Be real, you know. Yeah, Western New York, and I like the Cowboys. I'll tell you, the first game I ever saw was Cowboys against San Francisco. I was 9 years old. My stepbrother said, pick whatever team you want. I said, who's the team with the star on her helmet? He said, that's the Dallas Cowboys. I said, I'll take them. He goes, they're losing. I said, I don't care. I think we had a quarter bet on a game. Roger Staubach came back, won that game, and I have been a Cowboys fan ever since. So that's 1974. Been a fan since then. Yankees fan as well for baseball. Diehard Yankees. Love my Yankees. And but like I said again, great rivalries. There's some great teams out there. Good histories with some of them. And but you're a fan, you're a fan. So. If they let us go to a baseball game this year, I absolutely am going to see the Yankees play this year. My boy, Josh, is down in New Jersey, and so I can go down there and I can spend the night at his place, and then him and I'll go see a game, and it is a freaking blast. If you've never been to a Yankee game, if you get up in the bleachers, and I'll tell you real quick. I'll tell you a funny story. You guys, hopefully you guys will appreciate this. So this is going back. Oh my God, I'm trying to think how long. Anyway, Josh was really little, and so I think this is back in the 90s. It was in the 90s, late 90s. Was it 90s? I don't know. Whatever. Whenever I can't remember when we went, but we had gone down, and so we're watching a game, and we had tickets for a Wednesday night game, and then the next day was a Thursday day game. So we were up on the first base side, higher up in the crowd. And so it was a really tight game. So they had brought in, like Jeff Nelson was one of the guys that they had brought in. So everybody's like, yay, yay, Jeff Nelson. Yeah, come on. And he got bombed. They just like lit him up, right? The crowd, you suck. You suck, Nelson. You're a joke, blah, blah, blah. Basically booed him off the mound. When they took him out, booed him off the mound. It's hilarious. I'm up there dying. They bring in the next guy. I don't remember who the next guy was. He gets bombed. Because, again, when he came in, they're like, yay, yay, yay. Then he gets bombed, and then, oh, you suck. So New York Yankee fans are very, like if you do your job, they love you. If you don't do your job, they're going to boo the crap out of you. Yankees came, and they came back, and they won that game. It was like 12-9 or some crazy thing like that. Most energy I've seen. It was crazy, the energy in the crowd. It was so fun. And I was just up there laughing. I'm just up there just dying laughing. It was a lot of fun, though. A lot of fun. Nothing like, and that was old Yankee Stadium. So that's going back to when we were there. It was old Yankee Stadium. So my boy's been to the new Yankee Stadium. I have not been down to the new Yankee Stadium yet. So, but anyway, so yeah, it's just. It's just those memories. So if I get a chance to go to the new Yankee Stadium with my oldest son there, Josh, I absolutely do that in a heartbeat. He's a good boy. So how-to videos. Ed, what are your thoughts on the Suez Canal blockage? We have talked about that in this stream. We were talking about that in the first stream as well. Please go back and watch those. I'm not going to go over it again. Someone asked what my shirt size is. Extra large. And hopefully back to a large soon. I'm down over 10 pounds so far. I definitely want to continue to lose weight. I want to get down. My goal is 180. So we will see what happens. Yep, I've said extra large before. Yep, but my belly is definitely down. I definitely feel the difference. I definitely feel better. And I will continue to do that. And, hopefully more weight will come off. But again, this time of year, I'm a lot more active too on top of it. So, eating better, You know what? I started losing the weight before I actually got into starting chainsawing the trees and all that type of stuff. Because I have been intermittent fasting. I talked about that, and it's really making it much, much better. And so, you know, Dicka and Namath, get what you're entitled to. Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you what, hard work is paramount to anything you want to do. Determination, you know, the same. If you work hard and you put in that effort, good things happen with whatever you're pursuing, and that's how it is. I think for everybody, and you know, if you do that, it comes back. It really does. But I know, like I said, with the intermittent fasting, it's making a big difference for me. Big difference. So I definitely feel better. And again, with now being in the time of year where we're outside more, we're more active, makes a huge, huge difference that way as well. So I know that I can, like I said, my energy level's higher, my stamina's better, and my back feels better. That it really does make a big difference. My ex-boyfriend was Troy Aikman's twin. Julie Evans just said that. No kidding. Nothing wrong with that. It's weird. I've throughout my entire life, if I have my beard long, don't have the beard, have just a mustache. If I have just a goatee, when I had hair, all my life I've had people come up to me and be like, "Oh my God, you look just like so," or they'll come up and call me somebody else, and I'll be like, "Dude, you got the wrong person." And they'll be like, "Oh my God, you look just like my uncle or whoever it was. You look just like him." And I'm like, "Okay," but that I get that a lot throughout life, no matter what look, whatever look that I've had. So, what do we see? Happy Homesteader, an XL coat would be a sleeping bag. Independent Marine 3522 said that. That's funny. Yeah, I'm a big dude. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm not a little petite kind of guy. I never have been. Well, I was in high school. Graduated high school at 142 pounds. Joined the Army. Most people lose weight during basic training. I gained 7 pounds. So I came out of basic training at 149. Once I got out of the service, I was probably 158, something like that. Something like that. I can't remember exactly where I was at. But what I did, had a little bit of a gut because we were doing a lot of drinking back in the day. And so my sister, when I came home, she started, "Oh, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat." Started playing basketball. No, actually, I think I was up to like 170 something, actually. I think it was like 170 something. Because what I did is I started playing a lot of basketball, dropped the weight, went down to 155. And then when I hit 155, I started working out with the weights. And I went from 155 to 172. Probably the best shape I've ever been in my life was at 172. I had a 30.5-inch waistline. My arms were freaking enormous. I'm big chested up here anyway, so I've always had good size arms and shoulders and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so it's just I carry the weight well. It's like when I tell people how much I weigh, they're like, "No, you don't weigh that much," but yeah, I do. I get on a scale, I see it. So, but I'm solid upper body wise. So, that's just all part of it too. 6 foot. I am 6 foot, Vlad. Vlad K said, "How tall am I?" So, but yeah, it's just, Ed, I find your perfect t-shirt. What's your size? I am an extra large, Heather. Heather Parker just asked that. I am an extra large. Again, hopefully within the next several months, back down to a large. So, what I actually did today, the winds actually died down. There's no winds now at all. But what I did do today, behind the gravel pile, this side towards the house, I wanted to spread more gravel out that way. So I was actually out there with a shovel, moving some gravel around just because it's just, I got to do something. It's weird. Even though today was a crappy day overall with a lot of rain and stuff like that, once it calmed down, I'm like, well, I can do a little bit. So I did do a little workout that way. And I'll tell you what, working with doing that type of stuff, when I start moving all those blocks to make the raised beds, that's going to be a workout in itself too. So, again, it's It's cool. I enjoy it. I really truly do. And it really, it's I like the workout. Always have. I like the physical aspect of it. Going and getting feed. Your 50-pound bags, just throw them on your shoulder and take them in and do what you got to do. Like people say, well, get as close as you can. I have a tendency to go farther away just because it's the extra workout. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's always been that way. Sugar will be easier to stay away from after Easter. Pam Sloan said that. Yeah, right. Yeah, with Easter coming up, it definitely. Lloyd Kirk said, I did National Guard in the Navy. Nothing wrong with that. My dad was a Navy guy. Well, Coast Guard. My dad was a Coast Guard guy. And when I was, I never looked at anything else. I always wanted to be in the Army. Never even talked to any of the other recruiters. Wish I had now. In hindsight, if literally, I'll tell you right now, to go back and do it all over again, I would have gone in the Air Force. Best freaking food. Oh, those guys had the best food. So, but you know, it's but I always wanted to be in the Army. Ever since I was a little boy, I always wanted to be a soldier. So that was as soon as I was a senior in high school. I signed up in January of my senior year. So, how's the ammo situation since you've been to the gun stores? It's not good, Bryce. It's not good. It's like ridiculous, pulling teeth trying to get anything. If they have something there, you get what you can get. If you have certain calibers that you're looking for, I would suggest to everybody go weekly, go to different places, ask them when they're going to have stuff in. A lot of places are on back order. So, yeah, it's better believe it. At Army food, good too. Nah, I don't know if I would say that the Army food was good. Not like the Air Force food. Oh my, like I was not a Fort Bragg guys. Okay, when after I got done with basic AIT, I was a hometown recruiter's aide for 6 weeks. I did a 6-week assignment doing that. I was supposed to go up to Fort Drum, and when I got up to Fort Drum, they'd already filled my slot because I did the 6-week thing at home as a recruiter's aide, and so they sent me down to Bragg, and if anybody knows anything about the military, Fort Bragg and Pope Air Force Base are connected basically. So you go through you come into Bragg, and then if you go in and you have to go through, and then you can get right onto Pope Air Force Base that way. So they're right there connected. So we could go over to Pope anytime we wanted to, obviously being in the service. And, we would go eat in their chow halls once in a while. And it was like night and day, the difference in food. So unbelievable, unbelievable difference. All right. So we are running out of freaking time here. This is amazing how fast the time does go. I'm going to ask again for another thumbs up if you have not done so already, to show support for the channel. We've got 909 people still in the chat. We're at 650 on a thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time. I do appreciate that. Also, I was in Bass Pro in Ithaca on Tuesday in one box of 357 H&8 Magnum, $79.99. How many in the box, Johnny? Johnny Highwoods was asking, or Highwoods. How many in the box? There better be a lot in the box for $80. But anyway, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. I just want to see what he said, how many in the box here before we go on. If you want to put that up in the chat, how many were in there? Air Force chow halls during Thanksgiving are awesome. Oh, I bet they were, JJ. 20? Holy crap, that is such a ridiculously high markup. Yeah, they're charging whatever they want. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. They're charging whatever they want because it's supply and demand. Because there's no supply, whatever they have, a lot of stores are completely jacking up the prices, which is unbelievable. It's ridiculous. So. Again, for those that didn't know from earlier, we ended up with 11 eggs today. So I see other people are putting up what they got today. We had 11 eggs today. But Ed, it would be really fun to see you stoned. I can't even imagine as I smoked it here with without my son. Yeah, like I said, it's I'm not, I just can't do it. I could never do a live stream stoned. Would not work. I would be gone. It would not be a pretty sight. So, yeah. Like I said, I just don't have I got so much to do, too many things to accomplish that I just don't have the time, to be honest with you. So, but again, like I said, I'm not against it. If I get a day once in a while where I decide, if I get in the mood, I'll go, hey, you know what? I'm going to go get high. I get high. I don't care. So anyway, but few and far between, to be honest. So anyway, guys, we are legion because we are many. Vanning the Ada Bakura. I'm not sure how, if I'm probably saying that completely wrong, and I apologize. Thank you very much for the donation, hon. I do appreciate it. Thank you. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. Where is everybody from tonight? Let's do that really quickly because we're going to go over, just so you guys know, that does happen. So where is everybody from tonight? Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. Missouri, Christmas Valley, Oregon. Nowhere, Oklahoma. Montreal, Canada. Santa, Idaho. Beech Grove, Indiana. Queensland, Australia, very cool. Pittsburgh, PA, the UK, very nice. Western New York, Indiana, Austin, Texas, Ontario, Canada, Cleveland, Ohio, Northeast Ohio, Endicott, New York, Edgewater, Albion, New York, Buffalo, New York, Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, very nice. New Jersey, Melbourne, Australia, very nice. Buffalo, New York, Kansas, Pennsylvania, upstate South Carolina. South Africa, living in Virginia. Very cool. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Vancouver, Canada. Quebec, Canada. I love all you guys from Canada. You guys are all over up there. It's very cool. Let's see. New Zealand, Central Illinois. Dayton, Ohio. North Carolina. North Carolina in the mountains. We have Kansas, Denver, Colorado. Amherst, North-South Canada. Very cool. Los Angeles, California, Gatton, Pennsylvania, Kansas City, Kansas. We have Texas, Southeast Missouri, Salem, Ohio, Brookings, Oregon on the coast, Cave Creek, Arizona, very nice, Ulster Park, New York, Canandaigua, New York, Quebec, Canada, Miami, Florida, Wisconsin, Ontario, Canada again, Southeast Ohio, Southwest Oregon, Cape Cod, Mesa, Arizona, Florence, South Carolina. We have West Virginia, Crook County, Illinois. Let's see. Zephyr Hills, Florida, Nevada, Vermont, Eastern Oregon, Germantown, Maryland, Indiana. So again, all over the world, all over the country. We're a huge family. We're a huge network of people. Again, with organizing and working together, we have a lot of power. We have a lot of strength. They don't want us to organize and work together. To be honest with you, the powers to be, they want us to be separate. North Hollywood, California, Anna W. Very nice. Columbus, Ohio, BC, Canada. But yeah, Raleigh, North Carolina. Lived in Raleigh myself, up in Chapel Hill. Love that area. Had a lot of fun down there. College night. When I lived down there, it was a year North Carolina won the national championship. And I'm trying to think what year that was. I think I was like 27, 28 years old. So early 90s, I think. Something in that range. I don't remember 100%. So maybe 93. So I've been about 28, something like that. I don't know. Something like that. I can't remember when they had won it down there, but I was there when they won it, and that was fun. But I was a Duke fan down there. Love Duke. Love Syracuse. Always follow Syracuse. Syracuse and Duke are my teams for college. Love the college concept because those kids really, really try. Anyway, I want to thank my moderators who absolutely do a fantastic job keeping the chat clean and, being here and being supportive for every stream. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, that do that for me. I do appreciate it. You guys are the best, and I do appreciate it. Also, I want to thank all of you for being here. We have great chats. Love the feedback. Love the questions. It is fun I really do enjoy it. I really do. And the time goes by so fast. It is unbelievable when we get on here. So I want to ask you guys really quickly before I go off of here. I was talking with Angry Prepper, and he was saying that I should do. Actually, I'll look it up real quick, and I'll tell you exactly what he had said I should do. I should do premieres on my videos, is what he's saying. So I want to ask you guys really quickly, would you like me to do a couple of premieres on videos that are going up? Which basically what that means is when the video goes up live, I'm also there in a chat, and we can discuss that and stuff like that. I think that would be fun. So I definitely want to hear your guys' feedback on it. Would you like me to do a few of the premieres? So I think it would be fun. So you guys are saying yes. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I will definitely do that. I think that would be a lot of fun to do that. And you know, so cool. All right. Cindy James goes no. Everybody else is saying yes, and Cindy James says no. Why not, Cindy? Why are you the lone dissenter? Not calling you out. But anyway, guys, I am going to jump off of here for now. I hope everybody's doing fantastic. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. And as soon as we can focus on that and not let them continue to manipulate us with race, religion, or politics, I never say that enough. But that is what they do, the divide and conquer. They get us to hate each other, and that doesn't help us at all. And then they stay in power and control and continue to milk us for every dime that they can. You know, so anyway. Don't like it on Ice Age Farmer, Cindy James just said. Okay, see, I was just busting your chops, hon. I was just busting your chops. So, okay. That's being honest, and I appreciate that. So, I'm still going to do it because you're like the only one that said no. Linda Lewis says no because I work when you do them. Oh, I'm sorry, Linda. Like I said, I'm still going to have to do that. But anyway, also remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. And, you know, life is so short. It's so precious. Try to enjoy every day as much as you can. Take time to be grateful and tell the people that you care how you feel. Okay. Last but not least, STD. And remember, I will say this again. When I hit 100,000 subscribers, I will have STD tattooed on my body. Not sure where yet, but I will figure it out. And I think it'll be fun. So that's my challenge. So if you guys want to help me get there, 100,000 subscribers, so you can see me get that tattoo. I might even do that live. That would be kind of neat to do that or do a video of it while they put that on me. So you guys actually see that it's there. You would see it anyway, but I might do it that way when I do it. But anyway, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that will stop you from getting there is you. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive. Stay away from the negativity. Stay away from negative people that want to bring you down. Don't listen to them. Focus on your goals. Set your goals, realistic goals, and make them happen. And when you hit those goals, you make new goals. You make harder goals. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you've watched this channel for any length of time, you can see that's how I live it. That's my mantra. Work methodically. Things get done, and it is amazing how much gets done when you just put your mind to it. And it's also amazing how much gets done when you have more people helping, when you have more people at the homestead working together. I know with having Mom and Becky here now, it is absolutely awesome. And it has made such a difference, and they're such a huge help. You know, it works out great. So I will see you all tomorrow. We're supposed to have some decent weather tomorrow, so I'm definitely going to get some work done outside and looking forward to it. Okay? You guys have a great night. I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.